That was actually a carpet if you didn't see. Get it? Look, so here's the thing. Since I am PewDiePie, I don't know, guys, you all joke about it, so since I'm PewDiePie, I need to do one of these videos, or two, which is what I'm doing today. And so since I'm mostly, in my life, have been inspired by men for absolutely no reason, I don't know, I've decided to see if I actually know men that well. And today we will know the answer to the question, do all men think the same? Overall, do all people think the same? Because everybody is the same person. The funny thing is, because this channel is about funny things, we already know the answer to this question, that yes, of course, all men think the same, all men want just one thing, you know, and all that. It would be pretty stupid to think otherwise, but I'm just joking, okay? Let's just start watching. I'm very excited. I want to answer some of these questions because sometimes even in CS:GO people think that I'm a little boy, so I must I must know something. Anyway,
Cheese nips. You asked for it.
Stick around to the end. We love talking to you guys. Enjoy this.
I was so confused. Why would in the beginning of the video you would say cheese nips?
Episode of Spectrum Men.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work, we just messed it up.
So that's important to you, to be like the breadwinner?
I'm the caretaker of society.
You all men boomers? We invited 6 men to see the range of their beliefs and values. Okay, Jubilee. Okay, Jubilee. Okay. You can right away tell that all of these men probably think the same.
I have worried about the size of my penis. 3, 2, 1, go.
I have never worried about the size of my penis.
God. This is a good question. I like this.
It's just a normal thing to be worried about, like when you're growing up. Like, you're like, am I normal? You know, like...
I hate this. I guess like when I was younger, I was like, whoa, is this...
Why would they right away put them in a situation where they feel uncomfortable? Well, I guess that brings attention to the video, I don't know.
This is not, but like, eventually I was like, nah, I'm fine.
I feel like this whole conversation is just like bringing to my awareness how impressionable and like how much of our lives and our masculinity is defined by when we're kids. When everybody's like, oh, you gotta have a big dick, you gotta have a big dick. And all you see is...
Did actually people in your childhood told you, okay, look, you gotta help me with this. Did people in your childhood actually told you, you gotta have a big dick? Is that actually a thing? Like, you probably learn it from movies or somewhere or from jokes, but not like people straight up telling you, you know what you gotta do in life? You gotta have a big dick. I feel like I'm 12.
porn and it's like
Yeah.
14 inches, then it's like, well, mine doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Then of course you're gonna like start thinking about it versus...
I'm actually changing my answer.
What is this? What is this tricking?
I changed my mind because what he said was, it made a lot of sense because I remember the first time I saw porno and I saw a black guy's penis, I was like, I'm not like that. As I got older, I perfected my craft. I've never had a problem with women. It has nothing to do with the penis. It's all about, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. You just love a woman, you embrace each other, and it's just, I've never had a problem with a woman since then.
Okay, I don't think I wanted to know
guys,
that.
I think for younger guys, this is the concern that I'm realizing is like, maybe if these discussions were more open about size and whatever, and that really over time it all becomes okay and it's fine, maybe that would help a lot.
Okay, all of this just made me feel very uncomfortable and also them. So that's a pretty weird question. But also, do all men think the same? Due to sound issues, they started thinking almost the same. I don't know how that works, guys, but it's pretty weird.
A man should pay for the first date. 3.
Let me think. Well, I'm guessing on this one, someone who is older will say agree, but I don't know. I feel like for some men, it just feels good to pay for the first date. So even if you can afford it, maybe if he insists, then you should let him do it just for him to feel good. I'm sort of a boomer, so I don't really know. I don't know how that works for the kids nowadays. This is very interesting. I don't know if this video is not funny. It's just gonna be a very interesting video on my channel, because on my channel everything is either funny or very, very interesting and educate too.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oi, but I'm disagree. And a boomer is strongly agrees.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just messed it up.
So that's important to you to like take that leadership role to be,
Tradition.
to be like the
Yeah,
breadwinner.
leadership
caretaker of
role.
society.
Right. Some men need to feel like that and like to feel like that, so why not? Why not let them feel like that, right? But also, if he's okay with you paying and you're like cool, then you can pay. It's like it doesn't matter. But if the man feels good about it, then just let him do it. Just don't be like all like, you know, don't be a bitch. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. But I am not gonna say it in this video. It's weird.
I don't even like saying it this way. Once you give the woman the power, then you just demasculated yourself. I want to stick to what's made me happy. And my grandparents, my parents, I'm just going to stick with it because it worked.
Well, that's a little bit too far. It doesn't make you less masculine if the girl pays for you. That's some other problems you have in here. Like if you think that. You're definitely not losing your masculinity if the girl is paying for you. So I usually don't go on dates, but I've heard from some girls that it also depends on who invited who. So if a girl invited a guy, then maybe it's logical for her to pay for him. It's fine. It can be fine. It can be okay.
It works. It's not perfect, but it works. Be a man, plain and simple.
I don't know, I think we're just getting in dangerous territory when we start talking about chivalry. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, baby, if you want to pay for this, like, there is no hierarchy here. Like,
Yeah.
you want to pay for this, pay for this. And maybe next time I'm like, I just got a check, so I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Isn't this the first meal, though? You
Yeah,
said?
the first one.
Okay. You only get one chance to make a
I
first.
guess in 2020 it's like more logical to be more chill about it because everyone fights for the equality and all that.
What does it matter if it's a girl or a guy? It's 2019, and your logic shouldn't be, like, no disrespect, like, oh, because my grandpa did it and it worked for him, then it works for me. If she's not gonna date me that second time because I didn't pay for her, I think I dodged a bullet.
Oi, true.
I am comfortable showing my emotions. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's been like harped upon me for years that like showing my emotions were bad. And like me trying not to be gay, I'm like, no, like I don't want to show these emotions because I'm not gay. I can't be gay. Like I'm not supposed to be gay. Like the church tells me, my dad tells me, my mom tells me, everybody's telling me I'm not supposed to be gay. So like just understanding that at 25, now 26, like I'm over here like, okay, like, oh, you're insecure. Okay, that's what that feels like. Oh, you're sad. That's what that feels like. I can now be aware of those things, but to show them to other people right now is like really hard for me.
I do feel like I'm very verbally like about my emotions with my wife, but I wouldn't agree completely because I'm not like that with anyone else. I mean, I just failed a college class and I was
Well,
crying about it to my wife.
I don't think that you have to be open about your emotions with everyone. I guess that's okay that he's only opened with his wife about it. I think if it's enough for you to be open with certain people, that's fine. You don't have to tell everyone what you feel. You don't really benefit from that, I don't think.
But no one else at school saw me cry, you know? I specifically texted my wife, make sure the kids are asleep by the time I come home, because I just knew I was gonna be like, as soon as I stepped through that threshold to my house, I was just gonna let go, and I didn't want them to see that. But like the next day I sat down and I had that conversation with them, like, hey, I just wanna let you guys know, you know, your dad didn't pass this class, and they're like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, of course,
you
know.
just
like,
cry in front of your kids, man. I remember like seeing my dad cry for the first time when his mom died, and I remember like imprinting that in my mind as like, wow, you know, like my dad can be upset, and that was like an important thing to witness.
It's reality, emotion.
Yeah, it's real.
I was raised by two parents that I never ever saw cry. The effect that that had on me was by the time one of them passed away very suddenly, I didn't really seem to be affected at all. So I've actually had to do a lot of therapy on that. This thing about masculinity not being able to show your emotions is very bad. It puts us backwards in society, and we need to be thinking about how to tap into our emotions in a healthy way together.
When I was a kid, if I see an adult crying, that was like very scary to me because I thought that only kids cry and adults don't cry, and then there's must be something horrible happened. I sort of understand it now because like you wouldn't cry in front of your kid to not freak them out. But right now, when I feel like I'm an adult and I cry, I just stop feeling like an adult, and it makes me feel a little bit of shame. So yeah, all of this also is very, like, you really gotta balance, because you can't be talking about your emotions all the time. Sometimes you have to hide them. It's not one thing or another. You do things where it's appropriate, and there's a lot of the questions that are like, it depends. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here today with me and listening to my thoughts. Because I wasn't funny today like I usually am. This is a kind of a different video. I don't even know if I'll upload it. But tell me if you enjoyed it, and I'll maybe make more of these, and maybe you can recommend me like what videos to do like this. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to check out my Twitch channel, which is in the description, and my Instagram, because I've been posting more on it lately. So I'll be happy to see you there. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!